Welcome back, broadcasting from Alexandra this morning. A very, very cold, chilly morning. There's a shot of the streets in Alexandra this morning. Not as busy as they normally would be, but one can only put that down to the fact that it's school holidays here in Gauteng. So perhaps not as many people going on the roads and I suppose rushing off to take their kids to school or having to be, I suppose, on that time schedule that they usually are rushing in. So a little bit more relaxed, but nonetheless I can still hear the beep, beep, beep of hooters wherever you are standing here. So it's still loud. I have to tell you, I don't think there's a camera shot of what I'm looking at. You're looking at a bird, but I am looking at the moment. It's quite a surreal shot, actually, and it's a shot that many people speak about. But here I just got, it's almost a sea of shacks in front of me and just houses that are not really necessarily up to living standards, in many say. But then just above that on the skyline, you see the roof of Sandton City, one of the biggest and largest shopping centres here on the continent. And there you can just see the very tip or the needle of it. And there next to it is the Michelangelo Towers, perhaps some of the most expensive properties you can buy here in Johannesburg. And that's what you look at when you come into this area. You can see, I suppose, just the poor and the rich living side by side, and the dream of perhaps being one of the rich. But is it ever going to happen, and will it happen with that hope of making that money? So yeah, it makes you think, it really does, when you stand here and see the view that I'm looking at this morning. Let's talk about some entrepreneurs and people that perhaps are hoping to own one of those big apartments up there and the wealthy stretches in Sandton. But that's left to those that have got the ability to go out and live their dreams. And one of those is Sibusiso Tsima. He is the owner of Tsima Consulting. It's here in Alexandra, and what it actually does is it trains people in IT, young people in IT, and how to get leadership skills and how to run their own businesses, which is what we all ideally want to do. Good to have you on the program. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you very much, Leanne. Good morning to the viewers of Morning Live.
Did you grow up here? Is this your home?
Yes, I did.
Did you sit and stare at what I'm staring at the moment? I mean, that view of Sandton in the background, hoping perhaps one day you can own the penthouse there?
All the time, I still do.
And the reality is, it's not as easy as it seems, is it?
Certainly it's not. You really need to thrive, and you really need to have a specific set of skills for you to even come close to even dreaming about something.
Yeah, but you're getting there. I mean, in terms of being an entrepreneur and going ahead and starting your own business and passing these skills on to the youth. Talk to us about exactly what you're doing.
What we do is we groom young people, specifically in the field of IT, especially because this is a field that previously we did not have access to. So what we do as an organization is we do a skills audit, and in most instances the IT aspect of it comes out. Then we look at IT prospects, and we look at more opportunities within the IT space. So by the time we are done with you, you can confidently say you are able to use a computer, an iPad, you are able to surf the net, you are able to look at all search engines, and you are able to find opportunities for yourself. Yeah.
So obviously starting up your company is the challenging one. It's the one that you hope and pray goes from success to success and doesn't fail. How did you go about doing that? How did you get capital and to get it going?
Well, the issue of capital is very important. What we did was I designed a model together with my partners, and in that model we showed our family members and friends what we aim to achieve, and in fact we got funding from them. When we first got our big break, it actually came from close friends and family members. Then from there we moved from strength to strength. Yeah. And currently we are exposed to a number of institutions that are in the Gauteng area. For an example, you look at the GEP, the Gauteng Enterprise Propeller. They have a very good funding model, especially if you have a good business case. You also look at institutions like SIFA. If you have a business case, a good one, they are able to assist. So currently funding is no longer a problem.
Yeah, which is good news. I mean, I'm happy to hear that you've had a very good experience with that. In fact, you actually also attended the Gauteng Economic Indaba recently. What was that like? Did it help your business?
Certainly it did. Number one, most entrepreneurs are not necessarily in line with where the government of today is going. So what we did there was to really look at where the country is going, where the province is going, and align our objectives to that. So what we're looking at is opportunities for young people in infrastructure, opportunities for young people in transport, the intermodal system, the corridors of freedom. And when you look at all those, at the center of that is skills development, which is where we actually are saying our growth, the growth of the economy, is going to come from young people who are fully developed.
Yeah. How many youngsters have you managed to train?
Currently, we have processed over 300 young people.
Well done.
Who are currently able to say we can go out there and get employment. So we can confidently say we have about 200 to 300 young people who are employable.
Yeah. Do you work with the seaters at all? I mean, do they have some form of qualification or some certificate that they walk away with when they've finished training with you?
Yes, they do. It's an accredited certificate. And our biggest partner currently is the Services SETA, and also ISET.
Yeah.
So by the time you are done, you are able to get those credits. And if you want to further your studies, you can be able to take those credits and take them to the next level until you get your diploma and graduate beyond that.
Working with the youth here in the area, I mean, I was speaking to the MEC a bit earlier about the rampant use of drugs and a lot of issues that affect the youth here, whether it be abuse, whether it be rape, whether it be, as we say, drugs and all of that stemming from the issue of unemployment. What do you see are the greatest challenges facing the youth here? And I say in Alexandra because you work with the youth here.
Well, the biggest challenge, Leanne, is the appreciation of civic duty. Civic duty in layman's terms means you and me on duty. So what we need to do as a solution is, even if you are unemployed, look at a prospect of volunteering, because that builds character. And once you have character, then you become attractive. So all the challenges that we see is simply because there's that lack of civic duty.
Listen, you continue to do what you do. 300 people down and you've got a lot more to go, and we're very proud of you for what you're doing. So thank you so much for talking to us here on the program. This is a young entrepreneur, Sibusiso Tsima, who has Tsima Consulting, changing the lives of a lot of individuals. Started in 2013, and here you are, 300 students later. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Leanne.